Big Z Reviews. Werewolves Within is a new horror comedy that just came out recently on demand. And it has a lot of potential. I enjoyed it, but it didn't quite hit the mark for me to be like the next great horror comedy.
You look like you just seen a corpse.
Well, the roads are effed, and something's wrong with the generator.
Which generator?
All of them.
Can't get on the internet!
Also, there's a dead body under your porch.
Holy!
So this was directed by Josh Rubin and written by Misha Wolf. And it's actually based on a video game, but I'm not really familiar with it. But it's like produced from Ubisoft, this movie, Werewolves Within. I think from the same title, I think. And it mainly stars Sam Richardson as the park ranger, and Milana Ventrube as the postwoman. She's a girl that I think is on the beautiful girl in the AT&T commercials. And there's a whole other cast of characters that, that bring the shenanigans. And I think that's kind of where it misses a mark a little for me. Because, like, the whole thing is that essentially there's this isolated town, and there's a big snowstorm, and then a werewolf comes out, and it's one of them, and they're all kind of hiding in the local hotel because they all lost power, and then a lot of stuff I really like, but I think when Sam Richardson is being led around by Milana and to showing all the people in the town, and showing them around, and you meet all the characters, and they're funny, they're so goofy, they're funny, and then when you have to spend a lot more time with them, and you see that, they're still the same. They're only the face value, super over-the-top caricatures. They're nothing. There's nothing deeper than the caricature. You have the redneck meth heads. You have the creepy old Trump lady and her creepy husband. You have the creepy woodsman. You have the main character without balls, and the really hot love interest, but is dressed up like you can't see anything, but then she takes the coat off and she has boobies. Oh my. And then you have the really over-the-top gay characters, which they're very gay. That's most of the caricature. And they also have money. And then you have the only one that's not really caricature is the owner of the hotel, and she's just like an old widow. And then you also have the gas company guy that's of course a douchebag. And it's I laughed in it, and at the end I was like, oh, that's a really cute movie. I like that. But I think that I was hoping for a little bit more. But at the same time, horror comedies, they're one of my favorite genres, but they're also one of the genres that is so hard to get right. Because, you have to deliver on the comedy, you have to deliver on the horror, and a lot of times it has to be goofy, but it can be too goofy. There's a lot that goes into it that is so easy to slightly miss a mark. And also depends on the viewer. I wouldn't doubt that other people are going to love this. And I did enjoy it, I just didn't love it. I think partly because, too, the actual horror, there really isn't any. I mean, there's only fake jump scares. And they're not really good fake jump scares. But then there's also not too much gore or anything like that. At one point, one character gets his hand half eaten off by the werewolf. And that's really it for gore. Most of it is just relatively bloodless, or relatively something happens and they turn away that should be really bloody. And I don't know if it's PG-13 or not. No, it is R. I checked. So I wish they would have gotten a little more bloody with it, a little more gore. But there's also just, without spoiling anything, I'm not going to spoil anything, but when the actual werewolf is revealed, it's very much more of the Michael J. Fox, the werewolf character, the character design. it's a little goofy. And two, like before leading up to it, it seemed like it was so powerful and so quick. Like it was like you couldn't see it. Like it was it was completely unrevealed. I liked that. But then of course when you finally reveal it, it's just kind of like slow and not that tough to fight, And that's just like it's a little. I didn't love that aspect of it. But it's kind of some funny stuff because, like, essentially, all these people kind of hate each other, but they're fighting over a pipeline that's trying to be built, and they don't want it. The one people with money don't want it, but of course, people that don't have money want to take the money from the oil guy. But there's like when things start to break, when things start to break up, when everyone kind of leaves the hotel, and then like people start dying. Like there's interesting stuff because like maybe it's not all the werewolf doing it, just because there's a lot of bad blood between them, and I like stuff with that. But at the same time, it takes away from werewolf kills. Like when I come to think of it, there's the only werewolf kill in the whole movie is the intro to the movie, and that's with the hotel owner's husband being killed. Like that's literally the only werewolf kill, and that's kind of odd. In a movie about werewolves going crazy, there's only one werewolf kill in the whole film, and that's I don't know. But I did enjoy it, and I would recommend it. I liked the people in it, although they were a little over the top, and it had some chuckles. And I had a good time. I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. But if you want to see any more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.